I was in the Gulf War.
Another 10 minutes at the start of this episode, I see.
Sorry.
Okay, welcome back to the Flashing Badger. I'm going to say that again, not start with okay.
Do you know how many years he was in the Gulf War? 4!
What
didn't know that was coming. Perfect amount of time for me to jump on the joke. I love it.
We can't even get that one in. I like it.
Welcome back to the Flashing Badger podcast. My name is Gordon. I'm joined again by my friends.
I'm Mike.
I'm Fitz. I'm Wegs.
And today we are playing episode 3 of Delta Green, Last Things Last, brought to you by Arc Dream Publishing. Cue the music.
Flashing Badger, Flashing Badger, alright. Flashing Badger.
Okay, last episode. Our intrepid investigators had holed up in a motel on their way to a remote cabin in the woods where deceased Delta Green agent Clyde Bauman was staying, living. They're going to go there and see if they can find any secret files belonging to the program before they clear out. Would you like to remind us who you're playing, Mike?
I'm playing Special Agent Owen Cornwell of the Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Special Operator, ex-Special Forces, Army Veteran, McMurdy.
And Wegs?
I'm playing astrophysicist Dr. Shell, whose mind has been split in two.
And we have Delta Green code names. Mine is Agent Prague.
Mine is Agent Panama.
And I am Agent Phoenix.
Okay, and they only know each other's by those names, so they don't know even each other's backstories. So, you slept in a motel, and I seem to recall that, well, I don't recall exactly, but Wegs was, or Wilhelm was curled up against the door like a dog, sleeping, and I think, what was the layout? You dragged all the evidence and everything in there. Jane, Agent Panama, where were you?
Yeah, so basically I've dragged everyone into despite Agent Prague getting us 3 separate rooms and looking for a nice quiet note, the spec ops in me wasn't having that, made us all sleep in the same room, brought in all this stuff that we'd got from the last apartment in. And I like the idea that we've had to sleep through the night, and in the morning, I very, very suddenly at 0700 hours, pull the blind, flick the lights on, throw each of these 2 non-army guys a packet of chips and a drink that I found in the vending machine outside. And I said, I've already packed the car, wheels up in 2, see you out there.
The chips land on my chest. I'm on the fold-out sofa, which I know so well from my last few years of marriages. This is the model A7B. It's quite a comfortable one. But you know what you didn't find when you were looking for the chips and the drink? Was anything in the mini bar, because my word did I hit it hard last night when you 2 fell asleep. So I make the clinking noise as I sit up and all the little glass bottles fall off me onto the carpet floor.
And meanwhile, I roll around on the ground and stretch out and go, oh, that was the best night's sleep I've had in years. I sort of feel like a sense of zen. I got more than 4 hours sleep and it wasn't on like hardwood floor. This is great.
There's one small imprint on the side of you though that's a bit sore. That's where you slept on your own chalk.
I'm used to that. That's fine.
Are you guys out and loading up the car and piling away?
Pretty much, yeah.
Brown paper bags into the trunk.
I've already packed them. I did all this quietly and stealthily while this lot were asleep.
I like that you pulled the door open
and just moved him.
Just dragged me out of the way.
Slept through it.
And I like the idea that, we get into the car, and even though they hate me getting them up this early, I'm still a kind and friendly kind of chap. And I sort of say, point to Phoenix, there's a 6-pack of Red Bulls in the back. Oh. And there's also a small little bottle of hip flask of whiskey in the glove box.
And a pack of smokes.
And a pack of smokes for Prague. And I've already put it into the GPS, and we're off to the cabin.
Yeah. I'm feeling a genuine sense of camaraderie. This is like a boys' own adventure type moment for me.
I'm laying across the back seat, and you 2 can be in the front.
Yeah. You've got the classic arm draped over the face, like, don't talk to me.
The bit of sunlight is somehow just catching straight through across my eyes.
So you make your way down this road, and the road's getting sparser and sparser, and now you're only passing truck stops, and there's trees coming up to either side of the road, and By the way, if you live in California or if you've been there and this is in no way what the terrain looks like, just remember that's because we don't know anything.
It's just a different part of California you haven't seen.
Yeah.
The
Even
other
if it's-
Mariposa.
Even if it's the part where you live, it's because we don't do our research here. But anyway, feel free to jump on the Discord, tell us why we're wrong. We continue down the road, and it's getting sparser and sparser, and finally the GPS directs you to turn off down this dirt road, and the gravel rumbling under the tyres and little compact just cruising slowly up the road, and there's no other dwellings as you go up here. So eventually there's a very short driveway off to the right, and in front of you see this small cabin with the classic log cabin exterior, exposed tree trunks. And as you pull up, you can see there's like a little shed off to one side in the distance. This big stone chimney, the classic built of rocks up coming out of the roof. Yeah, as you drive in, there's no other cars parked there. So you pull up. Where are you going to pull up? You going directly up to the front door? Or?
I think so, with the intention of stopping. But, again, the special forces in me, I do the little awkward 3-point turnaround sort of U-turn. So the car is facing back down the driveway.
Are you special forces? You almost never mention it.
I've got the tattoo, and I've purposely rolled up my sleeve so you can see the...
And your shirt that you're wearing, it's your casual shirt, but it's still from a special forces retreat team gathering thing that you went on.
Special Forces Retreat 89, Honolulu,
No, I don't want to talk about it. No, don't ask me any questions.
Yes, I killed someone.
By the way, I was in the special forces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26 confirmed kills.
Yeah.
So you
Park sort of
Park
off.
the car?
Yeah, park the car. Rouse this one awake from the back seat.
Well, as we turned onto the gravel road, it had that grading that you just can't pick a speed to drive on that doesn't feel like it's going to destroy the car. Where it's the you go, oh, maybe I'm meant to pick up speed and I won't feel the bumps, and so you do it, and it goes, and you go, no, that wasn't the answer. So at this point, I had to sit upright, and so I've come to, and I'm out of the car, and I'm stretching my lower back by twisting as I sort myself out.
What are you going to do? How are you going to approach this place? Car's parked at the front?
I sort of feel a sort of renewed sense of energy in the daylight with my two best friends in the world.
Wolfpack. The Wolfpack of three.
The Wolfpack of three. So I'm...
Two best friends in the world. I don't even know your name, Jeff.
Nor has he expressed any interest in ever.
Yeah.
Well, who's my best friend? No,
and
I'm
I've got
thinking,
the keys.
Yeah.
And I throw the keys to Panama.
All right. Do we need to split up and like, sort of scout around and see if there's anything going on around the place?
Yeah,
or
I might do the old, you throw the keys to me, I throw them back at you, you go to the door, I'll just have a quick sweep of the area, see if there's anyone else here.
There's a shed outside. We can either come back to the shed or you can start there if you're doing an external.
Oh, I was just doing a quick, making sure that there's no one else here.
Any other obvious tyre tracks through the driveway?
No, it's all like rough gravel, but there's certainly nothing. There's ruts where it's clearly been used regularly, but there's nothing that stands out to you as being recent.
Does it look like anyone's been here? Like the door, cobwebs on the door, all that kind of stuff?
No, not that you can see from the driveway or from where you stopped.
I'm happy to walk up to the front door and see if there's a window on one side of the door and do the famous lean in sides of palms on the glass and peek through to see if I can see anything inside.
And while he's doing that, I look around the sides just to...
Yeah, I'll hang back, but I'll sort of keep an eye out for both of you. So I'm not too close to anything in particular. I'm sort of just keeping an eye on you guys.
Sure. So you go up to the window, and they're quite dusty and unclean. But as you look in through the front, there, standing on the porch is quite creaky under your feet, and you can see into a kitchen area. You can see like a little breakfast bar kind of arrangement and cooktop. You can see a little bathroom there. Off to your right, you can see the fireplace corresponding to where the chimney is, right, almost in the middle of the house there. And there's a door down to the right that you can't see through because it's quite dim inside because it's still only about 8:30 in the morning. The sun isn't really at an angle to penetrate through there. It's coming in from behind the cabin. Meanwhile, Panama's out walking a lap of the perimeter, and as you go around the house, you see the trees are fairly close in, but there's quite a decent-sized clearing at the back with just some grass. And there's a small shed almost alongside the house, just at the rear quarter of the house, and then directly behind the house, there's like an outhouse toilet.
Yep.
And if you continue circling around, right about 10 yards away from the house, near the edge of the woods, you see a hatch in the ground. And like exposed top of almost like a shipping container kind of shape.
Oh, yeah.
But being an outdoorsman and woodsman yourself, you know that's like a septic tank. And it's only half buried. It's not completely submerged under the ground. It's only probably 2/3, the top third of it sticking out.
Right. And using sort of that woodman sort of basic training, sort of military type knowledge. Yeah, I have a scan and there's nothing else. Like, there's nothing in the woods or there's nothing sort of on the ground that otherwise with a search using those skills that I could find.
No, not that you can see. You can't see. There's no frequently trod paths or anything. You can't see that there's any cutaways or hides that are obvious. All you can see really is the flat back of the house with the window that looks into the living room, and it looks like it looks over a bit of a pasture. There's obviously that fairly small shed that you haven't looked into, and the outhouse that you haven't looked into yet. But
that's all right. Is there a back door?
No.
No, that's all right. I know I'm happy with that sort of quick recon, and I go back to the front and I let them know that there's a shed out the back and a septic tank and not much else.
I reckon
Doesn't
we
look like
clear
much
the
better.
house and then move on to the clearing and the hatch and the outhouse and all that. Once we can easily communicate with each other. But
Yep.
yeah, let's get through the house first.
I had a brief moment where I startled myself, where you walked up to the back glass window and I was peeking
And I looked
through,
in and you looked in.
And we saw each other and I did the little jump and I'm like, I'm good.
You feel that flutter in your heart, and you think, oh, maybe the booze and the cigarettes have caught up with me, and oh no, I'm good.
And
I like the
you
idea
frantically-
I like the idea that we both like pull back, draw, and then both look at each other again and pull back, draw. You know.
It just keeps
Or
escalating.
you pretend to have a coughing fit. Oh yeah, that's just the hay fever. Hay fever out here is terrible.
Damn allergies.
Did you say there was an outhouse? I'll be back in a second.
Key indoor.
Key and door, and the key fits.
Yep. I do the
Or-
classic look back at these guys.
No. Mike has the key.
Oh, that was good. Well done, Fitz. Thank you. Can we move on with the
The
podcast
key
or?
fits.
Come on. Okay. Anyway,
And so
So Mike puts the key in the door, and the door swings open. And are you doing your special forces house clear thing?
yeah, I am. The training in me, despite me thinking that there is absolutely no one here.
And I'm a little more into this one. There's been that tiny fire that's been lit under me. And so
Like the fire
I
at the
have-
apartment building.
Yeah, that one.
That I desperately wanted to burn the place down.
So I have my tactical torch out this time and I'm performing what would be a 20% of the effort, but joining in on your sweep of the premise.
which is 15 times more than you've given previously. And because I'm sort of feeling a sense of zen and calm, I'm not feeling like I absolutely have to be doing all these sigils and protective wards around me. I've got one hand in my pocket and I'm just holding onto the chalk just in case, just thinking happy thoughts, but I'm not quite as on guard.
You can't help yourself on the way through. You do a little something in the dust.
Yeah.
Window.
No, but then you two look back as just a smiley face.
But that opens the seventh gate of hell.
So as you make your way in, you notice, like I say, the fireplace and the kitchen there, and this sort of big open living room. And in the living room, there's a circular rug in the middle of the floor. There's an armchair or two. There's a bathroom that's got, when you look in it, it's just very small, just toilet and a shower area and a sink, which goes straight out into the kitchen, which looks pretty much what you'd expect for a little rustic cabin. There's not all the mod cons there at all. It's just a gas-fired stove. In that bedroom, you find there's a standard double bed, a cupboard, but in your initial cursory walk around, that's all you can see at the moment.
So no other people. Does this place have power?
Yeah, there's light switches, and
I test the light switch.
yeah, light comes on.
I leave it on.
Bold.
The light switch opens the seventh gate of hell.
I approach the fireplace and grab one of the stokers off the little steel mantle thing that's beside it. I give the fire a stoke.
Well, it's been a stoke if it's going. It's not on.
Yeah. Otherwise,
It's a wood fire. It's just the ashes in the thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm testing. As I push them, there's no warmth in coals or anything like that.
No, not at all. There's a few scraps of mostly burned paper in there, but
And that's what I was hoping. So now that it's safe to put my hands in there, I want to have a bit of a search to see if anything's been burnt in the fireplace. Other than wood. I got there before you could tell me off.
no. It looks to you like it's just paper and wood that's been used to start, as firelighter. But there's nothing in there that grabs your attention at all.
Where was the rug on the ground?
right in the middle of the living room in front
It's
of the
circular.
fireplace.
Don't lift it. I know what's under it.
I'm rolling it. I can't help myself.
Phoenix learns from his
Yeah.
The sigil is perfectly round underneath the right, like millimeter perfect. Like,
God damn it. So I start rolling the rug and
Sure. And carved into the floor under the rug, an unusual series of like cross and diagonal arrows and weird sort of sigil-y kind of stuff. And it's rolling me your occult roll.
so I'm looking for a roll of 70 and I've rolled an 82.
It strikes you as unusual and odd, but you can't call to mind exactly what it is. It feels to you like it's something ritual, but you don't know what. You don't have the knowledge to know what.
All right, I feel the old familiar sense of panic. So I sort of drop to my knees, get the chalk out, a quick protective sigil on the ground.
back to the chalk immediately.
It's my safety chalk. It's not really trying to accomplish anything, more just out of habit of sort of a self-soothing type habit.
When your dearest starts slowing down and you want a place that's right for them.
Delta Green.
When your family hits retirement age and wants to enjoy their twilight years.
Delta Green.
When your loved ones have looked into the desolation of the incomprehensible cosmos and their own reality is questioned through the lens of true horror, of true insignificance.
Delta Green.
Here at Delta Green, we are an assisted living community for the elderly, the retired, and the cosmically infirm. Here at Delta Green, we offer on-site chefs, activity directors, medical staff, and even trained druids of the ancient ones who can calm the internal screaming of those touched by the abyss.
Delta Green.
So whether it's mahjong with friends, bowls and dinner with neighbours, or psychiatric sedation by supernatural psychiatrists, Delta Green Assisted Living has everything you need in your golden years.
Delta Green.
Flashing badger.
So what, do you want to look through any of these rooms in more detail?
This has got my attention immediately that it's sort of game on again. So I step back out onto the porch, and while he's mid-wig out with his chalk on the ground, I'm just testing the floorboards or whatever you call them, the porch wooden boards, to see if there's anything loose in them.
Yeah, you go along and you use your torch to look down, and none of them are loose, but all you can see under there is like dropped cigarette butts and
What brand are those cigarettes?
they're Marlboro Reds. I made notes of that last time. You don't get me?
And while they're doing that, I sort of start to search the kitchen. So closest sort of area. So just the kitchen, pulling open cupboards, looking for those, looking proper looking, not just opening, closing, but looking for things taped underneath, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Now, I forgot to ask last time, there was a whole bunch of documents you took with you from the old apartment. Have you gone through those in any detail, or are they still just in a brown bag? Because you basically just swept them all off.
I think you 100% allocated all of your time to reading all of them.
I sure did. And on the drive up, remember, guys? Remember how you were hungover and you kept saying, shut up,
I love that
Phoenix?
you gave us the option.
Amazing retcon there. Completely seamless, knowing the audience will possibly pick it. Well, you did. There was a whole bunch of stuff in there that was completely irrelevant, as you'd imagine. You did find a certificate there, which is about the application and permit for disposition of human remains. It's like a cremation certificate. And I'll let you have a look at that, and you can tell us what the details are, who it's for, and what it's from.
Okay. Yeah, the name of the deceased is Marlene Elizabeth Bauman. Date of death, November 2, 2002.
Oh, and sorry for the audience, if you've forgotten, we're in, the 15th of September now, 2009.
Yeah, so a number of years ago. The name of the sort of informant, it says here, but the sort of, I guess, the registered person is Clyde Walker Bauman, spouse of a Wildwood Street, Haywood. So there's a $100 fee issued on the 8th of November. It is indeed a cremation. Chapel of the Roses occurred in Fremont. Date cremated 11/11/2002.
Now that the events of the past are taken care of, McMurdy, your current search, you go through the kitchen and you find pretty much exactly what you would expect in the kitchen, all the usual utensils.
Yeah.
And there's that one drawer full of utensils that you don't really know what they are. And there's a
drawer
junk
down.
drawer with a whole bunch of stuff in it. And you do find a letter in here, and I'll read it to you because it's not the easiest to read. But it says, Cly, I know this time of year is tough on you, pal, so I thought I'd check in with you and let you know you're in my prayers. I know you hold on to so much guilt. All I can do is remind you there's nothing you could have done to make her better, and you stepped up as best you could afterwards, same as you've always done. There's no shame in that. Anyone who loves their wife as much as you did would understand. Do me a favour and call your kids. Saw Shara in the city yesterday and she misses hearing from you. Cassie is so big now and polite. You're a good man, Cly. You deserve peace. Call anytime. Till the fat lady sings, Frankie. That's it. Apart from that, the rest of it's, a few what seem like random sports pages from newspapers and ripped out articles from magazines. And
Don't mention sports in front of Fitz. He'll ask for all the scores.
yeah, 2009 was it? What were the baseball scores? I remember them.
I
and
resent
there's
the implication that I'm some sort of sexy jock.
I don't recall saying good luck. And there's the instruction manual for the microwave and the usual stuff you always find in those drawers in the kitchen. Everybody keeps those, right?
I think we found our side quest.
Reprogramming the microwave.
The clock is setting at 00.
Blinking.
You can't put popcorn on until you set the clock. Okay, so that looks like as much as you can find in the kitchen at the moment.
So I'm doing that. So you were searching outside Prague?
I am, but I walk back inside. I've overheard some of the things they're discussing, and I'm talking to myself and recapping some of the known information that we have and saying, so this guy worked ops support in the Bureau, which became the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
He served 67 to 70.
With Delta Green, you mean? 6770 with Delta Green?
The organisation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not in the universe. I can say what I want.
I just don't
It's
want that
you
knock at the
guys
door
that have
again.
to behave.
If Janowitz appears, I'll be really upset.
Take that man's
I
name.
followed you out here. What are you doing?
You shouldn't go poking your people's cabins.
Someone lit a fire.
Do you know my favourite dumpster got scorched?
Yeah, served 67 to 70, almost a dozen unnamed operations. Sounds like his wife was sick. I'm tipping that was her urn in the cupboard. Carried a lot of guilt for her sickness. So I'm just sort of saying things out loud as I try and piece together his circumstances as I come back into the room to see where they're up to.
Okay. And you're pretty clued in human-wise, so that plus the letter plus the obvious suicide, what's your read at the moment? What are you thinking?
But as a man pushed to his limits, he still had some things that many would argue that he had to live for, being his daughter Sharon and his granddaughter, but with overwhelming guilt and probably trauma from some of the things he did in the 60s and 70s, that it was a man overwhelmed. He was on prescription meds to try and deal with his suffering.
Mm-hmm. What about the
but
unnatural
then-
stuff?
Yeah, and then there's something that started to occur, likely semi-recently, because even his neighbours didn't see a great change in him, even though he was a bit of a recluse, that maybe that came on quite quickly, altered his behaviour.
No worries. What is there anywhere else you've looked in the kitchen?
Ready to go back to the motel?
Call it a day. Set fire to the cabin and leave.
They will have restocked
That
the
was gonna
minibar
be
by
my
now,
plan.
surely.
Before I leave the living room area, I know Panama's made his way towards the kitchen and Phoenix is at the rug in the centre. Looking around the living room, what else can I see?
There's a mantelpiece with a photo or two of the granddaughter and him and his wife. You recognise them from there. There's the kind of general knick-knackery on the shelves. Knick-knackery, not sure if it's a word, but we're going with it. On the mantelpiece and stuff there. And there's a handful of pictures on the wall that look like your standard rustic cabin decor.
I thoroughly searched the mantelpiece.
You find nothing.
Is it
I've learned.
is it Montana in the pictures?
Oh, because of the calendar in the mountains.
I'm so sorry. I picked a random state and now it's become
That's an obsessive plot
It's
point.
crucial. Why Montana?
Next time I'm going to make it a calendar of photographs from the JFK assassination just so you got something to latch on to.
Jeez. Anyway. Sensing that I've lost interest in this area, I make my way towards the bedroom. because I'm good at searching
Oh
bedrooms.
yeah, I'll set it aside 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you next episode. ladies and
Episode
gents.
4.
Right, so you go into the bedroom and there are a couple of cupboards that are virtually empty. There's a few, sets of work trousers and boots and things and what they call them, plaid shirts and real country wear. But apart from that, there's nothing on the upper shelves. Nothing on the upper shelves.
Excellent. Anything on the ground?
Wow.
Is it straight to floorboards?
Why would you ask me that? It's amazing. It is. Looking down at the ground, you find that there is a safe bolted to the floor
Ooh.
of the cabin. It's a digital beep boop, beep boop.
Can I try some numbers?
Sure.
Looking at the safe, and I've worked a few safes for previous jobs, would I know how many numbers are needed?
Oh, as soon as you put in one digit, it comes up with 6 blank spaces.
Perfect.
Before it goes blip blip and clears.
Can I give you 082048?
I'm going to play the fast forward game, and you can. You're going to put in relevant dates from his Delta Green career, or
That was his wife's birthday.
No, unfortunately not.
Oh,
I
I'm out of
hear
options.
I hear a distinctive beeping that reminds me of my childhood playing with safes. And I think, and so I go, join Agent
You could have
Prague.
fixed the microwave?
I join Agent Prague in a game of guess the safe number. Like you, I think birthdays, notable dates. The date of death is November 2nd. So it's the 2nd of November 02. So I guess that's 1102.
You can try it every way around you want. The day, month, day,
Yes.
all that.
Yeah,
Sure enough,
and we do.
on one of those,
Oh my god!
the safe goes bleep, bleep, and opens.
I was going to say, is that a good blip?
And failed.
and detonates.
The explosion took out 4 acres.
I need to know, what combination was it?
It was the date of death, month, day, year.
God bless America.
He's good.
That's why I rewrite the rules of this universe as it suits me. It could be anything. No, it's actually what it was, though. Well, I was surprised you got it. I thought I was going to have to give you hints after your efforts last week.
Well, we don't need to keep bringing that up. People will have forgotten by now.
Yeah,
I like
it's
the
true.
idea that it heard your accent, your Australian accent, in putting it in, so it let you invert.
Yeah,
the date of the
yeah,
month.
yeah.
Like,
He goes, I know what you meant.
I know what you mean. Close enough.
Close enough, mate.
Safe's famously known for being
Yeah.
close enough.
Close enough, mate.
Yeah, good on you, pal.
It's an eldritch haunted safe. It understands me.
And they're nothing but not considerate. That's
Correct. Yeah. It understands the intention, not just the letter of the law.
all right. So the safe pops open, and I presume you'd like to look inside that safe, or will you
Nah.
just go on? Just go on with your day?
Just go home.
No, I open it like
Puzzle
just
solved.
a tiny bit.
Experience
I
collected.
look at Agent Prague. I just give him a nod and walk away.
I was itching not to have the responsibility of searching as well. I opened the safe.
So you pull out inside the safe. There's the first thing you see is
Passport.
a stylized ritual dagger. It's like a pointed with a scabbard and with all kinds of detail and carvings up and down the blade, runes and symbols and so on. And on top of all that was on top of folded. When you take it out and unfold it, you see it's a robe, it's not like stolen from the Hilton. It's like a ceremonial robe. It's got it's
Below it is a robe stolen from the
with a receipt that says the value will be added to your account. It's got the eldritch symbols and nastiness in it.
I am genuinely. I'm right next to Prague.
Oh, I thought
watching
you
this
walked
unfold.
away.
Give me an occult roll, both of you.
I failed.
I've passed 49 under 70.
Okay, so you recognise these all as symbols from demonology and summoning magic, and they make you reasonably uncomfortable. Roll me a sanity check.
I've rolled a 51 over 45, and I've rolled.
You can lose a sanity, and your special ability is
Special
you get
ability,
to roll
it's
again, see if you're going to black
fantastic.
out.
No, I roll a 3. I'm
Okay, so you can lose a sanity, but
lose a
you're
sanity.
I
but at
do want
least
to see him just
still
go.
conscious.
And he would have been in
Fall
the
out.
bedroom, so I would have tucked him in.
I don't
then set
pass
fire to the
out. I
place.
black out.
Put a robe on him and then set fire to the place.
We just found him like this.
Phoenix, what did you do?
Right, there's once you take the robe out and the Hilton robe is moved out the way, you find a few loose pages from a grimoire.
Thank you.
That's French for spooky book. And in there you see a whole bunch of symbols, including one that matches the symbols you saw under the carpet just before.
Yeah, I recognise that.
Wait, under the rug here?
Under the rug at the house.
Yeah, like you had checked.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the cabin, rather.
Do you know what they mean, Phoenix?
Now remember, he failed his occult roll.
Oh, right, that's right.
Well, he does have a book now, so his reading comprehension is fine. So do you want to read that for a minute and Agent Prague can keep emptying the safe?
Yeah. Do you want me to read and summarise to you, or do you want me to read out?
Yeah, you take a minute to read while we will continue. So,
Digging through the safe.
Agent Cornwell, you keep looking, and also in the safe you find a couple of reel-to-reel tapes that have got FBI evidence tags on them from like 1972, and they have a few like case file numbers on there, but nothing really legible. You find paperweight, it almost looks like, which is like a glass ball about the size of a marble. It's like 3 centimeters across. And then you see there's a file in there about the Ventaja Corporation, which is an Argentine import-export firm, and it's covering the period 1965 to 1968.
Okay, so some things that come to mind there. The 65-68 with the Argentinian company would have some overlap with his career, but the cassette tapes labelled 1972 is 2 years after his designated operations. So some thoughts I have there is that he's continuing to look into something beyond his postings. So he may have had some sort of fixation on an operation. So I consider that. I pocket the tapes, I pocket the paperweight and the Argentinian documentation.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of say some of it out loud as I'm grabbing it so the others
I
are
don't want
aware.
to lead you to astray because I said paperweight, but it is only like 3 centimeters across. It's only small. I was just using it. It's like a clear glass.
Yeah, and I don't think it's
Marble, I
necessarily
suppose, is
a
probably a better-
paperweight, but if it's some sort of rune, plus I have a dagger in here and a cloak and things like that, I'm sort of keeping them together
Sure.
as part of my cleansing. I'm like one of those little shrimp in the bottom of a tank.
Tasty.
I'll give you a sound effect.
Please. No, we're going to have to cut that out. That was unpleasant, that was unpleasant to listen to. Okay.
All right.
Agent Phoenix, is there anything...
I have to watch him make it.
I've had a fucking rotten time reading this. This has actually taken me almost back to where we were when we met. Like, I'm hating life.
You or your character?
Yeah, I was about to say, is this... if you're not having fun, mate, we'll call it off. But
I'd like to withdraw from the Flashing Badger
I can
podcast.
hand it to Fitz.
effective immediately,
Jeez.
I announce my resignation.
I'm no longer a member of the Flashing
sorry.
Badger
And
podcast.
we never saw
And then I was
Wegs
like,
again.
where did we meet?
Okay. My character. We're playing an RPG, right? Okay,
Oh.
great.
Okay, I'm back.
Is that what we're doing?
Agent Phoenix has had a terrible time of things reading through this book, but what I've been able to uncover is that Bauman has been involved in some summoning type magic. There's all these different demons and lords of hell. There's one in particular he's been trying to summon, successfully or not, I don't know. Frukissier is the name of the demon. It has the power to resurrect the dead.
Oh.
So I think putting two and two together, I think we know what his intentions were, but I don't know.
Did I bring the urn with me?
Oh, no.
Boy, I hope
Did
not.
you check that there was anything in it?
I didn't. I didn't bring
no.
it with me. Otherwise, we could have had a cute little volcano science experiment.
The apartment's probably on fire now, so you can't go back to it.
I think out of all caution and hesitation, I think we should keep anything spooky, supernatural away from all the occult symbols. Try and quarantine this this cabin because we don't know what's happened in here. We don't want to risk starting something that we can't undo or control or stop.
So about this point, I'll sort of walk back into the bedroom and sort of hear your little briefing here.
Little briefing.
Little briefing.
So
we're just
rather than
resurrecting.
condescending.
We're
So-
summoning demons to resurrect the dead.
Just to be clear, are you saying that if we move anything in here, we could summon a demon accidentally?
Well, I don't know what's happened. I think I know what Bauman was up to, trying to summon a demon to resurrect his wife. I think if we inadvertently do something, I don't know what the consequences will be. I can't imagine if we like half screw up a demonic ritual, it will be good for us. So I think we probably need to start quarantining, making sure we're not bringing anything kind of death or dead or anything related in here, anywhere near that sigil under the rug. Maybe even, to be honest, genuinely torch the cabin. We need to eliminate all the evidence as agents of the company. Our priority is to quarantine and hide and bury this stuff, and we need to do that.
I have an idea.
Talk to me.
If we bag it, rather than bringing it back through the living room, how about I walk out onto the porch and you pass it through the bedroom window to me?
What's that? The urn?
No, the dagger.
Did you bring the
all
urn?
that stuff.
Did you bring the urn?
No, the
It's
urn's
still in the
apartment.
car.
No, the urn's still in the apartment. You never took
Oh.
it.
Never took
Fantastic.
it?
Good.
So these things that rather than, you mentioned the risk of passing them near the sigil,
Yeah,
and
I-
they may be in the safe for that reason.
Yeah,
They could just be
yeah.
passed to me out the window and
Yeah,
left on the
okay.
porch
Yeah,
for the
all right.
moment.
Yeah.
I could even
let's do
leave them
that.
in the safe, knowing where they are.
I mean, they're not clearly where they are was safe, but genuinely, they need to be quarantined and isolated. However, that works out.
Yeah, well, we want to know that in a pinch we can still recover them and present them to.
Hieronymus.
Yeah. So how about I'm
this
out
is-
on the porch and you pass them through the window to me, and they can sit on the porch for now.
Yep. Fine.
Okay.
Yep. Good call.
We'll take that as done.
Yeah.
Roll dexterity.
You drop the dagger on the sigil.
bounces off the wall into the sigil.
draws blood from your foot and immediately summons
There's a knock at the door.
It's Mrs. Channel.
So as-
Stop dropping knives.
It's very dangerous. So as you take all that stuff out the safe, just as you're lifting it all out, you hear this like clink kind of noise, and you see on the very bottom of the safe there is a small key with the word Squire engraved in it.
That's it.
And I'm going to presume you keep that with you. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll
absolutely.
pick it up.
I
Roll
feel
to
like
see if it drops.
I feel
between
like
the
this
balls on the
plan. I
porch.
did miss out the perfect opportunity in my special forces mustache face to go bag it and tag it,
Yeah.
which I kind of want to do the whole game.
You could say it now,
Okay, bag it and tag it.
and they're like, "We've already done it, mate."
We put this tiny little bag over just the head of the key, and then tie it and drag the key back out. Special forces
I
style.
thought
It's
the way
got
your
there.
hand gestures were going, I thought you were going to say you're going to put a little like a slide-on bag on either end of his mustache to
Yeah,
keep it like a mustache protector.
like mustache hairnet thing. Anyway,
It's too much mustache talk. I must ask you a question. All right. So you've got that stuff out. Is there anyone else you want to look here?
I look around the bedroom again, and I start performing a thorough ransacking.
Okay.
and I do the same in the bathroom after the kitchen as well.
Oh, bathrooms are always louder too.
Roll in the bathroom. In the bedroom, I'm comfortable. You go through and you find nothing else
Thank
of
you.
note. Roll me a search. What's higher, your search or your intelligence? I'm guessing neither are that high.
My search is just a basic 20%, but my intelligence is 55.
Roll your intelligence.
And I pass with a 39.
Okay. So it strikes you as odd that this place has running water, mains electricity, and appears to have mains plumbing, and yet
And
there's a
a
septic
septic tank.
tank.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. I'm Chief Agent Green, founder of Delta Green Private Security Forces. Let me blow your melon farming minds with my new mega macho Delta Green action hero training camps. You want to turn yourself into a hardcore monkey butler? Get in macho man shape over the course of a few hours one Saturday afternoon. Learn some real tough guy language so you can pretend to be a war veteran and pick up gullible women at cheap bars. Sign up for a Delta Green action hero training camp. We've got monkey bars. We'll do star jumps. We'll watch old war movies, fast forward through the boring talking bits. You can take away all the wrong lessons the filmmaker never intended. That's about it. Come on, you fairy godmother. Come find a stranger in the Alps at my Delta Green action hero training camp. Get green.
Caution, Badger.
And I vocalize that to our intrepid FBI policeman here with us.
I know I'm just chopped liver. That's fine. I'll just hang out in the corner. Mind my own business.
You're wigging out again. I vocalize it to the group.
Thank
Okay.
you. I just want to be included.
He's letting you do chalk art on the porch.
Yeah.
We break out into arts
Go
and
back
crafts
to your-
again. Or
Go back
I'll
to
let you know, champ.
You just go back to your colouring in while mummy and daddy talk.
It's not colouring in, it's eldritch magic, Dad.
No, and it does. All right, so it
You're
occurs to me
winning,
that,
son.
and I vocalize that. I say, does anyone else find it odd? This is a fully plumbed dwelling, yet there's a septic tank out the back.
Can that be the moment where there's just silence?
And with that, the episode ends.
And the camera is like on the septic tank, but does the sudden zoom out?
Oh, God. No, just holds on the septic tank.
Yeah.
Just holds.
The Skinamarink style,
Yeah.
2.5 minute no
Oh,
front.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's a
We
film
don't have that
reference.
kind of time.
No one has time for Skinamarink. Anyway, go on.
Okay. What do you want to do with that information? So you've still got the shed, you've got the outhouse.
And sorry, what did the key say again?
Squire.
Squire, right? I haven't heard that yet.
Anything else you want to look at while we're inside?
No, I note that down. Obviously, it's pretty much a place to search, I would think. But nothing else inside. If the others have gone through and searched, I'm happy there.
Sure.
Do we need to remove, as per our? I don't know. You said be careful, but as per our mission, do we need to remove the evidence underneath the rug?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be something that you'd want to do before you go.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, there's a septic tank and a shed still out the back.
Okay.
Probably need to look at.
Yeah, well, there's an outhouse.
And an outhouse. So,
An
and,
outhouse.
and it's odd that we'd have an outhouse. I mean, some of these old places maybe
Yeah.
might have an old outhouse, but it is odd that there is one out there.
An outhouse, a shed. An
Not
outhouse.
that odd that it'd be outside.
We just call them houses.
Let's go take a look at
Again.
the septic.
You want to look at the septic?
Oh, I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not one of my motivations.
So
do you two want to go look at the septic tank? I'll look at the outhouse and see if there's any link or connection.
Again, when you got to go, just
Gotta go, just go.
I'm going to go investigate something.
Yeah, all right. All
So
right,
you go look at the outhouse, and as far as you can tell, it looks like a normal outdoor, moderately well kept, but dusty and apparently disused.
Yeah, okay. So no water in the. Oh.
No,
Is
you
it
can't
a-
see if you lift the lid. There's no water sitting in.
Well,
the,
wouldn't
in
an
the bowl,
outhouse
but I think that's
just be a
normal
hole,
for
wouldn't it?
outhouse. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
none of our houses just holes.
I think so. I'm not an outhouse expert,
I'm a.
It's called a drop.
but in America they call it a file.
Yes.
I'd like to apologise to our American listeners.
But only for a couple of months.
We call it order.
So who's looking at septic? You two.
Yeah, Phoenix. Prague and I, sorry. We
Okay.
head over towards the septic and.
You mentioned it had a hatch.
It does have a hatch.
I'd like to do that thing where I stand the way that it will not open. So I'm opening it towards.
So
Hang on. I'll stop you there. Hang on.
Let's
Whoa.
slow down before we start opening things.
So we get closer
So,
to it.
You get closer to the thank you, Fitz. You get closer to the septic tank, and there's like a breather tube, to stop it pressurizing on top, and there is a hatch, and you notice the hatch has a padlock holding it shut.
Right.
no wonder I couldn't open it.
The name of the padlock is Squire.
Been reading my notes again.
Oh, no, really, is it?
It is.
Oh,
Hey!
While you two have been faffing around figuring this out, while I've been checking out the outhouse, finding nothing, you two, I've joined you now, and you've.
Hey, you're not part of this. You
Yes, I
picked
am.
your outhouse.
And there's nothing there.
Yeah,
and
you
you
picked
two
the
are
lame
looking
one.
blankly at this padlock that says Squire. That I
Shed?
have.
Anyone shed?
Key in padlock.
Yeah.
oh hang on.
I'm
Are
with you.
we okay?
I haven't unlocked it. I've just put the key
Does
in
it
the padlock.
smell like a septic tank?
All you can see is the like I say, an anti-pressurization tube, the monitoring tube, and there's like an earthy smell, but it doesn't smell sewagey.
Okay.
Do you want to
It
open it
smells.
first?
There's an unpleasant rot to it, but it's not overwhelming.
Or do you want to go see the sacrificial altar in the garage shed thing
I think
first?
we're at the.
I think
We're here.
I think we're here.
But I'm mindful and I'm scared and I'm vocalizing this. I think we're all thinking it. That if we're talking about resurrections and
Summoning demons.
zombies and stuff like that, I don't know if any of you have had a violent encounter with something otherworldly, but it's not pretty. And are we having any discussion about what could be in here?
Jesus wept.
What
Okay.
about okay? Then what about your arms? Your long arms are still in the car, I presume.
No. I've got my little
Submachine gun.
my little vest thing. Well, they don't know about that, so I've got my little case that I've had around, slung around me the whole time, which I've carried with me religiously. And just before we do, I've had a violent encounter with something that unnatural before. And before we do it, I go, hang on a sec, and I pull out and I assemble and load up what is clear to all of you, because you are good with small arms, is a
I'm an astrophysicist, but thanks.
is a probably unlicensed and illegal MP5 SD fully automatic submachine gun. It does have a built-in suppressor, and I do have 4 mags, which I just throw onto my belt.
Excellent.
And I make that big song and dance of really macho. I mentioned that I'm in special forces.
Holy
before I go.
shit! Do you know this guy's in special forces?
And I click it and I make all the cool sounds
Yeah.
and load it and chick it and all that, and I go, and I look at him and, like, you know, with all seriousness, without a hint of irony, going, "Do it."
I was like,
Open the
do
lock.
what? No, wait.
Hello, I'm former FBI agent Jeremy McMantrap, here to talk to you about your family safety. It's a dangerous world out there, and the key to home security is superior firepower. I want you to imagine a scenario. A burglar, armed with a knife, just climbed into your family home where your children sleep. Terrifying, ain't it? Not if you have pre-placed claymore mines around your children's beds. Now imagine you're driving to the store. Someone tries to carjack you. Terrifying, ain't it? Not if you got a pressure-activated explosive mounted under the driver door handle. Now imagine you're leading your family on a deep-sea exploration of as-yet uncharted abyssal plains, the crushing blackness all around your submersible, inhospitable to life, until a goddamn fish man taps on the window. Terrifying, ain't it? Not if you have a full clip of Full Metal Jacket 5.56 rounds and you're ready to rock AR-15. At McMantrap Green and Delta Security, we specialize in the kind of high-powered destructive solutions you need. You see, in these trying times, all we have to rely on is the cleansing power of destructive ordnance and our love of country flag and eagle. It don't matter if it says Cthulhu Fatang, gimme your wallet, or if it's just some kind of non-communicative, godforsaken chupacabra. It all translates to the same thing. Please send a few high-explosive 40 mite rounds my way. And at McMantrap Green and Delta, we're happy to oblige.
Caution, Badger.
I didn't realize that you dealt with otherworldly forces before. Do we need to go all guns blazing, or can we just quarantine, call Hieronymus and brief her, and then check out the shed and see if there's anything in there?
I think
You're not going to get cell reception out here.
Yeah, and I think this was what we were sent here to do.
I hold up the phone. Like, there'll be cell reception. Have I told you how much I've come to appreciate cell phones? I'm holding it up.
Unfortunately, the 3G network hasn't got to Mariposa.
Okay. There's a nearby mountain which I think if I climb up that, I think I'll get a signal.
I'll give
And we
you,
never
I'll give you
saw him
18
again.
hours and you can go for it, but you might not like what happens. All right.
I twist the key, the padlock goes,
Pop.
I remove the padlock.
Okay. So the hatch is still shut with a bolt,
Yeah.
but it's not locked anymore.
All right, I think we all cautiously take a step back and
Well, knowing
Seeing
full
as
well
you-
that I'm unarmed apart from my trusty piece of chalk.
Phoenix, open the hatch.
Slide the bolt.
So just for perspective, this septic tank is about probably 6 feet wide, about 6 feet tall, and about 10 feet long.
Yeah.
So it's, like I say, like small shipping container size. It's,
Yeah.
and
we're
most
all
of it's
standing
above
up on it.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I slide the bolt.
Yep.
I have my torch out. And I lift so that it's coming back towards me with my torch in my left hand shining into the gap. But I'm not looking in. That's just for someone else who might have a view. The torch may or may not assist.
I feel it pertinent to mention at this time, which may come in handy here. I do also have in that little kit that I pull my rather impressive manly submachine gun out of, a pair of military grade night vision goggles, which may help us look into.
You got those, do you?
I do.
Okay. Well, it's full, like it's 10 o'clock in the morning now, so it's proper bright daylight, but
It is, but if we were looking in the container.
in the dark?
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyway, I've got them with me if we need them.
Okay. So the hatch, how open is the hatch?
45 degrees already, halfway.
And I'm like standing well behind you. My heart rate's at about 190.
And I'm standing on the opposite end of the hatch, so kind of got it covered from both sides.
Okay. It's pitch black in there.
Perfect. I continue to open it with my torch around. Perfect. And now I've got it completely open and I let it rest on top of the container.
Okay. It lowers with a hollow thud and the smell of rot and decay gets significantly stronger.
FBI, open up.
Gonna look in, or are you gonna stand around the
I thought you
entrance?
were looking in with your torch.
I was shining the torch in, but I wasn't looking in. I ain't no fool.
Oh, well, you know what? I know why I'm here. I look in, but not like I dunk my head in. I go stand over the top of the hatch and have a look in.
I hand him my torch.
Yeah, you know what? Fine. And I do it in that very cool military way. I've got the gun in one hand and the torch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you'd have some sort of tactical light on your MP5.
Sure, you can have a tactical.
Oh, cool.
light.
All right.
Give
in
me
that
my
case,
torch back.
I'll let you have one.
I'm just going to go and recheck
then I drop your
the
torch
outhouse.
into the thing.
The light you could use it as like a flare, but
Yeah, no.
I get a
And
bad
as
feeling.
soon as you shine your light in there, you hear, "Hello?" from inside.
Uh-oh.
I didn't hear anything. As the door closes.
No, there's nobody here. Goodbye.
Oh, I answer back. Hello?
Oh my God! Oh, thank God! Thank God you're here! Thank God you're here to help me! Thank God!
No, okay, no, we do not communicate with demons. Close. We're out. We're out.
I got a name you could call out. I got a horrible feeling they're going to say
No.
it's there.
Do it.
No,
it.
don't.
it.
No, we need to seal this back up. We need
Marlene?
No!
Yes! Oh my God!
Don't engage with the dead.
Oh my
God.
God! Help
She's
me!
not dead.
That, in fact, that's not even Marlene.
Are you
She's-
telling
Then
us?
who's in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
urn?
I'm like, with
But
all
wait,
my...
Wait, quietly? Or so Marlene can hear?
Oh, no, just to you guys.
She's
No,
like,
Don't
she's,
listen to him.
she's like banging on the. She's like, "Oh, help me, please, God! Been trapped down here. Help me!"
No, this is not Marlene. This is not Marlene.
So you're just sitting there doing that, like the neck on the hand on the
Yeah,
neck going,
no, this is not Marlene. We've been talking about summoning demons, not resurrect. Like, how do you know this is Marlene?
I close the hatch. It does the...
Good call.
She's like, "No, God, what are you doing?" As soon as the hatch starts closing, she goes, "Oh my God!" You continuing?
Yes.
Okay, take a sanity roll for me.
This isn't me getting
All
rid
of you,
her.
all of you can take this.
This is an opportunity for us to converse.
why am I taking a sanity roll?
Because someone is weeping for your help, and you're about to shut them back in the dark.
Would this affect me?
Yep.
Okay.
The game master is telling you it is.
65, I
So,
failed.
39, I actually passed.
You can take. That's a 0. You can take 2 sanity. You can take none.
So I'm reducing my number by 2.
Correct.
I've
So
shut the hatch.
it's standing up now.
Okay.
You're still pushing it down.
Yep. My
Okay.
goal is to get it to 45 degrees.
Are we sort of
She
doing the
starts-
whole? I'll do the whole. We'll be back. We'll be back in a minute.
She's now screaming, "Never! Don't leave me, Christ! Don't leave me! Oh my God! Don't leave me!" So the hatch has
I-
gone
I
to
s-
45 degrees.
I summon every shred of courage I have, and I push the hatch closed
Take-
as hard as I can.
Take another sanity roll for me at 45 degrees.
I've
all of us?
passed.
Critical success, believe it or not.
I failed.
0. 0. You can take 1 sanity for me, Fitz. So Fitz, you failed your sanity roll. You've lost 1. Hatch is at 45 degrees. You still continuing to push it shut?
It's playing a toll on me. Whether I'm losing the sanity or not, her screaming is getting to me. My goal was to try and create some sort of physical buffer so I felt like I could converse without her hearing me. Mm-hmm. But I've now held it at 45 and
Do you
I'm
wanna-
talking to these guys.
Okay. You can. She's still calling out. If you want, how about you use your human skill and you can try and get a read from. You can't see her, but you can hear her.
Yep. I've passed.
At what?
I've rolled a 46. I needed an 80.
Okay. You can tell that she's. This sounds to you like someone in great distress. You can't get a good read on her because you can't see her at the moment, but she is begging. She sounds like she's in pain. Her voice sounds weak. She sounds to you like someone who's been rescued by the hostage rescue team after a week in captivity. She sounds like she is in a bad way. So she's still calling out. She's like, "God, please help me. My husband, he was sick. He put me down here. He kept me here. He made me a slave. Help me. You've got to help me out."
What is our first priority? Stop the incursion.
What do we do?
What is our first priority? Slam the damn hatch down.
We can't just slam down, hatch down, do what? Leave her here. Our first priority on this.
Her?
And as you're looking now,
Her?
you can see her shape move slightly into the edge of light. And you can see that she is a small, hunched over woman in her late 50s who is completely nude, She's got most of her hair is missing. She looks withered and ill.
If
Got
you
a
want
robe
to
she
be,
can wear.
if you want to be merciful, put a bullet in her now. But we are shutting that hatch.
Is that what we're doing?
What is our first priority? Stop the incursion.
Is this an incursion? I'm asking you guys. Like, I'm genuine. I'm not arguing. I'm just asking.
see-
No, the
her
demonically
hands.
raised dead thing. The time for talk is done. I'm barging through and
see her
I'm pushing.
hands?
Punching through into the
No,
container.
to push the hatch down.
You see her hands are like, her fingernails are all missing where it looks like she's been clawing at the walls, and the water comes up to like almost knee height. You can see as she moves that her legs are all swollen and
I'm getting the
distended,
shakes.
and there's
Gee, you know what we
skin
should fucking do?
sloughing
Pardon
off.
French.
I do ask, is there anyone down there with you?
She's like, no, he locked me down here. I've been trapped down here. For the love of God, help
Stop
me.
talking to it. Shut the hatch. And I'm like clambering up onto the top of the septic tank, trying to push the hatch down.
Now, are you letting him do this?
No, I'm holding him back. I want to know what we're going to do before we start making. I want a plan. I'm comfortable she's trapped in this tank.
Hang on. What's our first priority?
This
Stop
woman
the
is
incursion.
confirmed as dead.
Then do we eliminate it?
If you want to be merciful, put a bullet in her head now, but then we shut the hatch straight away afterwards.
I think, don't we have to take it with us?
Are you kidding? Hang on.
Isn't our mission to bring it with us?
No,
The
our
mission is
is
to stop and to cleanse.
Yeah, and that's fine. If that's the mission, I'm happy to cleanse. How do we cleanse this? I'm happy. No. I agree with the. I'm just saying.
Well,
are
then
we
maybe
bringing
we
it-
should stop talking about bringing her with us and
I
seal
don't
it in
mean
the
bring
hatch.
her with us alive. I mean bring the corpse with us once we've dealt
Are
with it.
you mad?
Our mandate is to remove evidence,
That's
not
what
to
I'm saying.
preserve evidence.
Wouldn't
So
she be evidence?
This cleansing, it would mean that not only is she to be destroyed, but we're then to destroy the evidence. Is
Okay.
my take on the mission.
And I'm happy to do that. I just want a plan before we move forward. That's all.
I understand the mission, but my love of people
Oh
and the
yeah.
American people is precluding me from closing this hatch or for causing harm to this woman. Do you want me to ask her questions?
I've got
No,
no
we need
issue.
to stop conversing. Isn't our first priority to stop the incursion?
What happens if we talk to her?
I don't want to know. Let's end this.
I
What,
have a
what
good-
good ever came from conversing with a demon? You don't even know that this is her.
The whole time you guys are talking like this, she's just begging, please,
While
God,
we're talking-
just let me out. Oh my God, he kept me down here. You can't believe what he did to me, what he made me do.
I draw my firearm from my holster.
With incredible unnatural speed, she launches upwards through the hatch,
Really, we should close that
smashing
hatch.
into it
Really?
with such force.
I love the look on his face.
Smashing
Of
into
I
it.
freaking told you so.
Smashing into it with such force that you are knocked onto your back with the gun still lodged in the holster. The two of you take half a step back, and the thing that was Marlene is already out and on top of you on the ground. So she's pinned you. Welcome to combat.
Marlene,
wait, who-
what are you doing?
Who has she pinned?
She's on top of Prague there.
Oh.
So
It's going to take me a while to get to you to help you there, champ.
Both of you roll me a sanity roll. All of you, all three of you.
I've passed.
I've passed.
I've rolled a 40 under 46? What? 44. I've rolled a 40 under 44.
Okay. So you can all take one sanity for the shock of this thing being on top of you. And now that you can see it in the daylight, in the half second that you get to look at it, you can see chunks of skin are falling off it, and it's withered and misshapen. And you're shocked now that you could ever mistake it for a human woman.
Oh, that wasn't Marlene at all.
Hey, we should try talking to it some more.
Who invited this guy?
It's,
What are you being mean to me for? I was happy to kill it. I like killing things.
Now,
welcome to combat. So the first thing that's going to happen is Marlene is on top of you.
Yep.
And she's clawing at you. Now, in combat, you can try and defend yourself, which basically takes your whole turn to try and dodge the attack. So you can try and unpin yourself. But she gets to go first because, unfortunately, she's got the elements of surprise.
Yeah, she does.
So,
did you try talking to her some more?
lucky for you, she is flailing ineffectually. And thanks to the fact that you've both been off balance and tumbled backwards, she's been unable to do any damage to you. She's just like frantically flailing, so you can't really get a grip on her. Wegs, you're next. Tell me what what you want to do. Bearing in mind, I don't think you have any weapons.
I don't. Genuinely, what I want to do is go back to the porch and grab that ceremonial dagger. I get the feeling if it maybe summoned this thing, it can dispose of this thing. Otherwise, I'm just punching it in the back of the head.
Okay. Well, if you want to make the run, you can. So that's
Yeah.
You punch it in the back of the head, it is knocked out. You roll it back in the
I throw a piece of chalk at it.
I like the way that this all happened, and as you'll get pinned, I'm up like army, whatever, and then he's running away going, "Told you so!"
Had to get one more in.
So if you're, I presume you're going to be doing that at a sprint, like
Yes.
as fast as you possibly can. So that's going to get you round to the front of the porch, and I'll let you. As part of that, the stuff was stacked with the dagger on top. I'm pretty comfortable that you can just swoop it up, but that's your turn gone. And it will take you another turn. to get back.
No. This is not quick, so to speak.
No. Okay. So after that we have Fitz. Fitz, what you've got your MP5 there. It's sort of semi-ready. What would you like to do?
Yeah, and it's semi-ready, and I'm training kicks in, and I'm up on target straight away. I'm worried that it's so close to Prague that I'm considering an aim shot, but you know what? I'm happy to have the instincts kick in and I take a full volley shot at.
So is this on your thing that there's burst or?
Yeah, so I'm rolling. I'm up on it
target?
pretty quick, and I'm giving a five round burst. Like
Okay.
training's
So roll
kicked
your
in,
firearms skill for me.
and I fail.
So that's 80. So you fire a burst, but unfortunately, thanks to the fact that she's flailing around on top of Mike, the rounds just spray off and go wild. A sort of glancing blow in the shoulder that seems to do nothing to her. Mike, you're still pinned down. Or sorry, Owen, you're pinned down under the thing. Talk to me about what you can try and do.
So with a dodge roll, will that dodge her following attack? Or should I just be looking at an escape pin?
Yeah, I would say run and escape because dodge is, you don't have any freedom to dodge. You're being held down. So roll your escape roll for me. That's your strength times 5 or your unarmed, whichever one's better.
So strength times 5 is 55, but unarmed is 60. So I'll go with an unarmed.
Excellent.
A 31, successful.
Okay, so that actually counts as your defense for next roll because in the process of getting her off you, it's like you're blocking against all blows. So that's fantastic for you. It is now the thing's turn, that which was. So she is going to launch at one of you with tooth and claw. She's launching towards the man with the assault rifle at her, McMurty. She's obviously got enough animal cunning to know that he's the threat. And she launches towards you. Taking 66. She gets a critical success with her claws at you. So she is going to do 5. She's doing 8 damage to you
Righto.
with armor piercing of 3. So I don't know if you have some armor on there.
I do, actually. I've got a Kevlar vest on under
Yep.
a covert vest, which gives me 3 armor
So
under my clothes.
3 of that's going straight through that.
Okay.
And then you have another 2, which sort of overwhelms the armor. So you're taking 5 hit points of damage in total right now.
Right, got you.
As she rakes her claws across your chest. Even though your armor protects some of it, you see them just hook in under the vest, tearing open to points where you can see your ribs up near your collarbone, shoulder blades, and it's collarbone rather, it's on the front. And just instantly the blood welling out of these. You can feel it's like cold ice going into
Yeah.
your bones.
She mustn't know your special forces.
She mustn't. Maybe if I tell her. I'll have a conversation, I'll tell her.
Lucky she didn't damage your tattoo with her claws.
That's all I'm really worried about. I do have another special forces one on my chest, though. I'm a bit concerned that that's got messed up.
But that's sort of in Roman numerals as well. So no one could ever work it out, piece it together.
You're in 1862. She's absolutely tearing into you.
Yeah.
Phoenix, your turn. You've got back. You've scooped up that knife.
Yep,
You
grab the knife, I'm sprinting back. How far does that take me?
So that takes you back straight into the middle of the fight. You're primed to do something next turn.
Okay, so next turn, I'll dive in.
Fitz, this thing is on top of you.
It's on top of me. I'm in a fight for my life here. And basically, I'm grabbing with one hand, but I've still got my MP3 in the other. And I'm sort of hoisting under the guts and just pulling with a 10-round burst.
Sure.
Surely that counts as
Okay.
an aim shot.
It surely does. I like your spirit. But yeah, roll your thing. Let's see what happens.
28, so that's a success.
Okay. And now that's got lethality, doesn't it?
It does. It has
So,
a lethality.
Lethality is a special rule where it might just instant kill something. So roll percentage dice for me, and you're aiming to get under your lethality score.
Okay, my lethality is 10. Unfortunately, I've rolled a 43.
That's fine because that means you've done 7 points of damage, and I will keep track of that. She does have 3 points worth of armor, but you know, you do you. She's still taking some hits, and you can see she sort of recoils from the impacts, but she's still engaged with you very clearly.
Get it off of me!
Mike.
It's back to me. Now, does aimed take up my turn, or is it just...
Aim takes up your turn to add 20% to your shot next turn.
That's probably not great for me. I might just go for a shot with my 9mm pistol, which is my highest damage.
Yeah, so you can do a called shot, which is where you aim at a specific part of the body. So it's slightly harder to hit, but you can do more. It'll ignore her armor if you hit it. But it takes 20% off your chance.
Tell me about that. And where's my actual skill? Oh, I just take it off the pistol itself.
Correct.
So what sort of a shot was it, sorry?
Called shot.
Cold shot.
So it'll be minus 20% to hit, but it will ignore armor.
I'm going to do it. I'm a
Do
50% chance to hit, but
30%?
yeah, 30% now.
Okay.
Nope, a 72. I failed.
All right, so again, the shot just seems to enter the mass of the thing and achieves nothing. It's not even rocked by the impact. The thing that was Marlene, again, takes a clawing swipe into Fitz on the ground, into McMurdy, who's lying there virtually, both hands clutched on his MP5.
And one hand on the MP5, the other one on Marlene.
Sure. See how that goes for you. 28. So she has successfully laid a bite straight into your shoulder now. She's absolutely hoeing down on you. And she has done... Oops, that's the wrong dice. She's done 5 damage to you now. So I think 3 eaten by your armor, so you've taken another 2 points of damage. What's your hit points on now?
I'm on 6. I'm starting to lose a bit of blood. If any of you jokers want to jump in, feel free.
Oh, you mean like
Oh my god,
earlier?
I'm going to shoot you at the end of this.
You
I
mean like
swear to
earlier
God.
when I was trying to close the hatch? Did you want me to jump in then?
Hey, I was in charge of the hatch. He was.
So, Wegs, back to you. You're right behind now. You've got the dagger there. What's...
Yep. I raise it up to sort of the height of the back of her neck, like the base of her skull, and just with all my weight, I sort of fall and try and, and sort of jam the occult knife in the back of the base of her skull. It's a melee weapon, I presume?
Yeah,
30%?
melee weapon skill at 30%.
I've rolled a 97.
Oof. It's like your knife hits her but just skitters. She seems to screech and burn as the dagger touches her skin. But apart from that, she doesn't react. She doesn't change her movement at all. She doesn't do anything. Fitz, still on the ground there. Do you want to try and get her off you, or are you going to keep trying to shoot her to death?
Now, I see that, and I notice the wince of pain, and I'm thinking, if I'm going to leave killing this thing up to this guy,
We might be here a while.
She's got me pinned. Mm-hmm. I feel like I might want to escape this pin. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so either roll your strength times 5 or your unarmed skill, whichever's highest.
So my unarmed is 60, and my strength is 65.
Okay.
58.
Excellent. So you managed to get your arms up under and sort of wedge her arms off you, her pulling her neck back by the mandible, and you flipped her off you,
Yep.
and you're up defensive posture.
I'm sort of rolling away out of
Correct.
out of the thing. Yep, that's
All right,
me.
Mike.
I want to take the knife off of our Phoenix.
Throw me the knife.
I'm gesturing for it, my hands out. I'm like, give me the knife.
Is that going to chew up a turn? Like, is
Probably, but my unarmed is much better.
Is your unarmed?
Better than 30? Yeah,
Okay.
What's your unarmed?
50.
Mine's
But
60.
you don't know this.
No, I don't know this.
No.
That's true.
It's not a numbers game.
Yeah. I'm calling for the knife. I'm like,
All right,
give
I
me
can
the
see.
knife.
Yeah. And I mean,
All right, so you're willing to hand it over there?
yeah.
Okay, so you grab the knife. Excellent. So the Marlene thing screams and launches towards the woods at a flat run. Just absolutely off in a straight line. And she's running incredibly fast. I'll do a roll here, but I'll give you a clue. Her skill's 99. She succeeded critically. So she is off. She's already into the tree line by the time you have time to react to this.
Well, at least you've got the knife.
So
It wouldn't have made a difference.
He's getting so upset about stuff we can't control.
Wegs, you're watching her disappear. Is there anything specific you want to do?
I yell after her. Hey, let's have a conversation about you.
This guy.
No, I sort of like feel my stomach drop knowing that this thing's gone.
Fitz, you firing a last burst after her? Or?
Yeah,
Sure,
I may as well.
roll that for me. Critical success.
Yes.
Amazing.
Say 44. It's a
Roll
critical
the
success.
lethality for me. If it's under 10%, this will kill her, and I'll be very impressed.
Amazing.
What is it? He just rolled
I wish this was a visual
I know, this should have
medium
been
so
on
I could
video.
show you what I just did.
And I picture it like it's just silence, the one in a million, and she just drops. There's no music, there's no fanfare. It's just,
As I'm bleeding, I just pull up the whole thing. Did I ever tell you I was in this special
It's still
Just annihilates her.
badly bleeding. All right, so
I just feel like I just took her legs off her.
I'm astonished. I didn't expect it to go like that. So she just like this burst just tears through from left hip to top of head and just shreds what's left of the Marlene thing that just collapses into this heap that sort of very quickly goes to this boneless, liquidy mass lying on the forest floor there. And you're all sort of taken aback by this, and you're obviously bleeding reasonably heavily at this point. But I'm not going to make you roll for that. It would seem unkind, so I'll let you. I'll assume that the medical aid's going to do what it needs to do. What are you going to do in terms of cleanup? How are you doing this?
I picture we take that moment where we just sit and gather our thoughts and no one says anything. And we're just like, that just happened. Also, I picture one of your shots hit like a rare bird, like a bald eagle that fell out of the sky and landed on it. It was just such a 1 in a million.
The spirit of the forest finished her in the end.
The cleanup, so I guess the decision is, are we setting fire to the place?
We didn't even check out the shed.
Yeah, what's in the shed?
So
You
check
hear
out
a
the shed
distant voice.
and you find 4 5-litre containers full of gasoline
Yeah, right.
and a note from Clyde Bauman that says,
Eggs.
to whom it may concern.
Sorry, go.
To whom it may concern, if you're reading this note, I assume I've died or become incapacitated before I had the courage to complete my final mission. You'll find 20 gallons of gas in the shed behind the cabin. Pour it into the septic tank beside and ignite it. You'd be happier if you didn't look inside. Make sure the remains are kept from my children. I'm so sorry. God forgive me.
I feel like we should have gone to the shed first.
I feel like we should have as well.
And it was semi-obvious, but you're like, you don't want to check the shed first? I'm like, no.
Yeah. As I'm laying there bleeding, all but patched up, you bring over the note going, should have gone to the shed first. I'm like, as I'm spitting up blood, like going.
No,
If you guys are happy, we can...
So in terms of cleanup, you've got this gas in the shed and everything. The dagger and the robe, I think, is probably pretty easy, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think we grab those items as almost proof and something to hand to our handler when we get back. And the rest, I'd be comfortable to torch. Of the property, the septic tank, and her.
Yep. The
Yeah.
outhouse.
Yeah.
Everything.
You kept calling her what was formerly Marlene, but I still held hope that it was actually her.
Well, funnily enough, you can take some more sanity damage if you think it was her, because that's going to haunt your nightmares.
Maybe we should.
Without saying anything, I start walking around and pouring the gasoline.
I was just calling her that which was, and it's clear it may not completely be her, it may be partially her.
I sort of stumbled towards the car after we set it all on fire and go, I might sit in the back seat on the way home if that's all right, guys.
Could we please stop at the hospital? All right. So, sure enough, you make your rendezvous back and you meet Hieronymus. You debrief her. She's impressed but disappointed that it had gone this far with Bauman and that no one knew about him. What's the word? Dismisses you. She dismisses you for your next operation and says, say goodbye. Forget you ever met me. See you at the next night of the opera. And that's been Last Things Last. Or as I like to call it, the subtitle is 3 Idiots Meet Eldritch Abominations and Try to Make Friends with Them.
To be fair, I was an idiot for all of the game except the part where I was yelling, close the hatch, close
I
the
can
hatch.
assure you, if I tried to push the hatch further
She would have
closed,
jumped
she was
through
getting
it.
out.
Oh, the
But
second...
Gordon's like, you close the hatch, And welcome to the end of the
I
game.
was
The second
no,
you
no,
took
no.
the bolt out, I suggest you were in a little bit of trouble.
It's like, they probably wish they read the note.
You should have done the dirty dozen thing and poured the petrol down the inspection hole
Yeah.
and just lit fire to it.
And then we would have heard like the sound of the liquid. Oh, hello? Is someone pouring something on me?
Why does this water smell so funny?
That's when I would have done the. Turns out Clyde Bowman's wife was in there hiding from a tornado that came through recently.
Oh no.
Well, that's too sad. We'll cut that.
1 point of sanity damage.
So there we go. That is the conclusion. Agent Hieronymus is moderately happy with your performance. Mrs. Janowitz is very disappointed with the damage done to next door's apartment when she sees it. And she provides a very detailed description of you to everyone who will listen. So I think your cover might be not great from now on.
Well, she ain't really saw you, Prague, so we'll be all right.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was in the bedroom studying fascinating illegal government
I love
documents.
the way he said crazy magic eldritch crap the whole game, and the one time he did say something saying, we're like, shut up, man. We got things to discuss. Let the big boys discuss it.
hours.
At the end, he became the voice of reason.
Yeah,
and
you've
you
been
were
crazy the whole day.
real boy cried wolf syndrome.
There's some more good in-universe review stuff there because there could be like hunters or people going through the woods that stumble on the cabin.
G'day, I'm the publisher of a book on demonology, and I'd like to say you referred to the school entirely wrong. Right, Wegs, thank you for playing.
Thank you.
Would you like to highlight your MVP moment? Where do you think you were most valuable?
I think you probably didn't pick this up, but there was one point where I said we should close the hatch.
Yep.
No, genuinely, it was fun. I tried to sort of walk the line between being a genuine raving madman who's glimpsed the occult and a semi-normal human being. Sometimes I fell onto either side of the line, but it was definitely fun playing.
Excellent. Fitz?
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed playing. I thoroughly enjoyed getting to flex my special forces muscles right at the end. And I do.
Were you in the special forces?
There was a moment halfway through where you described your gun as an MP3, and I just let it go.
Oh, did I really?
I was going to make an iPod joke, but I just let it go.
It was 2009.
Because I know it would get caught in the edit. So in the edit, he'll probably put a sound effect over that to make it look like a fool.
I love it.
Mike?
On reflection, I don't think Owen did anything well. He passed a lot of tests, but to contribute very little.
Yeah, I think he would have upset his ex-wife, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think the highlight for me was sleeping on a fold-out couch and raiding a minibar, to which I didn't pay when we left.
It's true. And you paid in cash, so he's got no way of tracking you down. Right, as we said at the start, this has been Delta Green from Arc Dream Games. Thank you so much for listening. We've had a really good time making the horrors horrible. As we said, Seth Skorkowski on YouTube and Tiny on the Flashing Badger Discord have been invaluable in helping me, and any mistakes I've made are mine and any achievements are theirs. So thank you very much to them for their help. We always welcome reviews on your podcast service of your choice. In-universe reviews we're going to read out on episodes. If you do want to check out Delta Green, it's a great game system. We've had a lot of fun, even though we've butchered some of the rules. I apologise. Check out our affiliate link on DriveThruRPG. It really helps the channel when you do. And obviously, check out YouTube Flashing Badger Painting for further adventures in the Blood Angel Army painting.
You're an animal. It's been weeks since you last shouted out that there's a painting channel as well.
Little painting channel that's kind of a spin-off of the podcast. You guys might have heard of it. Thank you very much. As always, I've been Gordon. It's been really great fun. Thank you for being here.
I've been Fitz, thank you.
I've been Mike.
Wegs, thank you kindly.
Catch you on the next one when we start an entirely new RPG adventure. Don't know what it is yet, so I can't tell you.
I know what it is.
What is it?
I have no idea. You do all this.
Fuck.
All right.
That's good.
Flashing Badger.